This is MEZA Grand Duchess RASMASKONEN, also known as Brian Tomlinson, 3706 Manor Road, apartment 2, live alone with my fish and so forth and so forth. One thing, the tragedy of me serving in the military brought me is being alone. Alone, not isolating myself from social activity, but alone because of the socialness of the institution and its discrimination to uphold its integrity in the value that it upholds, it values that it should uphold as its mantra: failure to protect, failure to be responsible, and so forth. Then how do you readapt and reinvent yourself? What speaks to us in that essence and language? What is the sum total of survival? Does it come from within? Is it external? Or does it come from the motivation of other people? I should never say I was never motivated by other people, but they have never been the sum total of my belief. If such so, and statistics do show, 90-something% of gay people grew up in my era, suffered from insecurity, strife, and a lot of other things that were inflicted on them. I was never inflicted. Instead, I reflected it, deflected it, and embraced myself. Individually, internally, and became a corrective person, introspect before external correction. So what moves us to be? I love men. I classify myself as a bottom. I never fall at anybody's feet in desperation for some things. But in humility, we ask to be and to be considered, and for the values in themselves to be considered, to be considered and to be exercised. Now, what's that driving force that leads us down this road? Music is such a powerful force. It dominates the spirit sometimes, for those of us who like it. But before the spirit can be dominated, you must have that sense of domination within yourself to pull that inner sense to the external sense and begin to breathe the breath that was taken away from you. With me, the army, they could never take away my breath because I breathed silently while they were assaulting and abusing and doing all kind of things to me. And in their stupid amusement, brought foolish people around for psychological reassurance of nothingness. And so in that sense, I knew how to count on my internal strength and that the externalities of that strength that reinforce my belief, my functioning, and my ability to be the positive, influential to myself, and enlightened. And I say, I made up this word, enlivened, because I lived above their life, and I lived my life to my existence. So I am enlivened. I become enlightened. And I wrote a quotation this morning. I said, the spirit of another language, not understood in quotations, bring clarity and knowledge alight, understanding its wise findings that fights. I wrote another version of it. I said, the voice of another language finds clarity, brings clarity, and understanding alights its findings. And so therefore, if you are ever caught in the language of what you believe in, such as me was the values of the military, the values of family, failed you, Let your spirit find that voice, that spirit within, to come and clarify and manifest your relationship. So you know you never go back, you never return to the stupidity of what was, but you move yourself and the spirit when your newness, when your newness and renewal comes, you take it positively and you move it forward. It saved you. You have then become adapted, reborn, reinvigorated, renewed, actualize, self-actualize. And so therefore, what is left for them? I walked into a place today and the greatness of the place remind me of a dollhouse in disgrace. And I asked myself why, but then I know why. Being correct and being truthful and honest manifests itself visually, metaphysically, in a wise old way. And in that way, I become more than I used to be, less affected than everything that meant more to me, and reinvigorated by the greatness that has been set before me. And in that sense, when I look at them today and I saw diminished people, a diminished environment, I couldn't even date a man there because it wouldn't be successful. It would be an obvious, negated, whatever it would be, mess. But we travel through this life trying to find and define. Other people travel to find and define for us and to give us opportunity. So when the small opportunity comes for us to define ourselves, where we should stand, we find some of us living in fear of loss and fear of not being part of, rather than standing up for what is right. And so in that sense, smaller than the crowd, greater than the room, I'm greater than what I used to be a part of. No longer supports and facilitates me, my functioning, my hopes, my drive, and my abilities to be. I look at this as a dismal failure, and the gift, I call them the gift of the Holy Spirit, are such of, so simplicity brings one onto the other, and in that simplicity comes another to climb even further. And I thank my Maker for that. Not the U.S. Army, no friends, no family members that I want to thank either. They're all in the past. I'm my own family now. And I wish them the peace, happiness, and joy, everybody in the past. But my future has been envisioned, and I have gotten more than I could ever pull out of myself. And the greatest thing that I pulled out has always been able to listen, to be able to understand and try to understand perspective. And in that patience, if there is understanding, things are reciprocated. But if there's no reciprocated, understand your correctness and move on in another direction. This is MEZA Grand Duchess RASMASKONEN, also known as Ryan Tomlinson. Have a good day.